If you spend hours crafting cold booking emails and you still don't get replies, I want to start this video by telling you this. There's nothing wrong about your music. It's not even about what you're saying or the fact that they're not interested. One thing that I've realized, both working with artists and in my own outreach as well, is this. When you're not asking for a big decision right away, people are much more likely to reply. So instead of focusing on getting the gig immediately, focus on starting a conversation. That's what keeps the door open. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you 3 simple habits that you can start using right away to start getting more replies and open more opportunities while sending cold booking emails. Now, you ready? Let's dive into it. So the first step in getting a reply happens before they even open your email. So it's your email subject line. And here's the shift I believe most independent artists and musicians need to make in order to get the attention you deserve, because you deserve that attention. So most people think, how do I make them open this? But a better question is, how do I make replying feel effortless? At this level, your email subject line should communicate 3 things. So the first one is this. This is quick, then this is relevant to you, and you don't need to make a big decision. That's it. No pressure, no confusion. Again, you want to start a conversation. That's an invitation. Now, here are a few simple examples that I found out work well. So the first email subject line example is this. I put them here. So booking question, summer 2026. So in this email subject line, it sounds like you are just asking for, a general information about how does the booking process work. So again, nothing huge. You're just showing curiosity around the venue, understanding more about them. This is a question, so your email subject line can be directly the question. So right contact for live bookings. So again, in this case, you're not pitching yourself. You're introducing you by saying, hey, am I reaching out to the right content? And if they say yes, you've got the response. You've got a thread going, but in a more easy way for them. A last example is this. Quick question about your jazz series. So the concept is the same, but in this case specifically, you're introducing yourself by asking a specific thing, wanting to learn more about their programming. Again, you're also showing curiosity. So the goal here is this. You don't want to impress people. You're not impressing them. You just want to reduce friction. And that's exactly what can potentially increase open rates, giving people more reasons to open your email. Once they open your email, now this is another very important step in your booking email strategy. You have one job. Make it easy to read, because you don't want to lose people by over-explaining. You don't want to add into your emails loads of links, long paragraphs, full biographies, because here's the reality. Bookers are busy, they don't have time, so they're scanning, not studying your email. Here's another key statistic to highlight this. Belkin's, a B2B outreach agency, analyzed the 16 million cold emails in 2024. They found that emails with just 6 to 8 sentences perform best, around 42% open rate and nearly 7% replies. And anything under 200 words outperforms longer emails. So instead of trying to prove everything, focus on one clear message. Coming from my experience, a good outreach email should feel like easy to skim, straight to the point, and focused on one single idea. For example, instead of writing a long introduction, you can say, hi, I'm an independent jazz artist based in London. I've been following your series and I really love the direction you're building. That's enough context, in my opinion, when it comes to sending cold booking emails. Then move forward. If your email feels clear, light, and most importantly, respectful of their time, people are much more likely to stay, which is what you want, and read your email. This is probably the most important part. If you want replies, you need to make replying easy. And I believe one of the best ways to go about it is through simple, low-pressure questions. Because low pressure questions create small entry points into a conversation, and those questions shouldn't require the big decision. Now, let me give you a few examples around that. So the first one, can I ask you a quick question about your programming? I'm talking about adding this question at the end of your text. And again, you're not asking for a gig, just opening the door. Another one can be, are you currently booking for the summer season? Easy to answer. There's no pressure. Another one can be, I saw you hosted a particular artist or a show recently. Then you're asking, are you open to similar projects? Now, in this case, for example, you're showing attention and relevance around that. Now, I also want to show an example of mine. I recently received this email. I put it here. It's a pitch for my podcast, Music Travel Guide Podcast. And this email got me really, think about the importance of this topic and the way you reach out when sending cold booking emails, because it made me reply very easily. It wasn't straight, to the point in terms of, I'm pitching my podcast and this is why I think. No, it was very easy, like an introduction. And again, it just started the conversation. Now, the important question to ask yourself is this: what's the goal of this email? Because when it comes to cold outreach, the goal is not to tell your whole story or pitch your entire career or send 10 links. The goal is to start a conversation. When that shift happens internally, within you, everything changes. Next time you're sending a cold booking email, and this is an invitation for you, rather than focusing on winning everything in one message, start focusing on something small. A small thing that you can ask, that you can, make your email about, because the emails that get replies aren't necessarily the ones with the best pitch, are the ones that make it easiest to respond. And that's what opens the door. I hope this video was helpful to you. Now, before leaving, I have a question for you. So the question is this: what's one small change that you could make to your next booking email to make it easier for them to reply? Now, this is a question to think of, to sit down with, and I would love to read your comments, your thoughts and perspectives around this. This is very, useful to make this conversation useful for everyone watching the video. Now, while waiting for your responses and reading your comments, thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it. And if you found this video helpful, consider subscribing to the Music Travel Guide YouTube channel for more video like this, making your way as an independent artist in 2026. Now, that's it for today. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one with me, Michael Piardi, at the Music Travel Guide YouTube channel.